You're my moonlight in darkness when I'm gone astray.
Good evening. I'm Tony Black for Real Talk with Tony Black. I am your host and welcoming you right here live at the beautiful Barley's. We are at 338 Peachtree Street Northeast in downtown Atlanta. If you're in the surrounding areas, please come over here and join us right now. We're in your area and also we're online. If you are online right now and cannot make it down here, just be sure to check in to my JBN. That's J as in John, B as in boy, N as in Nancy.com/Tony Black, all in lowercase. You can still check out the show live. We will be chatting as well. For those members who are on the private deck, you can also chat with our chat master and manager, Miss Natasha Bowens. She's under my name right now, so yeah, it looks like I'm in two places at one time. I'm just that fabulous. That's just what I do. So, and we're going to get this show started. We've got a great show for you. It's very vibrant, and the artists that you hear today and that you will hear throughout the show will be Mr. London Arrington. He's a musician and a mentor to kids, and also my FAMU brother as well, an alumni of Florida A&M University. Mr. London Arrington, thank you and welcome. I like
Thanks,
that.
Black.
We got that.
Thanks for having me.
Can we get there we go. We got it. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we're gonna keep this thing going. Let's check your mic. See, this is live. This is live, people. This is not pre-recorded.
I'm good.
Show
That's much better.
Can I get your Barry White?
That's much better.
Show you right.
Yeah, your voice might be lower than mine, Black.
And we also have today, we've got attorney Maureen Wilson, and she is also a rattler, a Florida A&M rattler. And this is my line sister as well from Omega Essence, Fall 87, Upside. Yeah, that's what we do. And she's also a single mother, so she's got some insight that we're going to be talking about. So the Rattlers are covering the stage right now, right here on Real Talk with Tony Black. You better get down here right now because it's about to go down. And we've got some drink specials, and guess what, guys? There's a real drink called Tony Black. One for the men and one for the ladies. Right here at Barley's, 338 Peachtree Street, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. Come on down and join us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Real Talk with Tony Black. Thank you guys for coming out. I sure appreciate it. You know, hey, I love them. Haters, come on in too. We welcome you too. We welcome you too. Today's discussion, as you know, these are members of the private deck. Everybody's members of the private deck. So the discussion for today, which we have two. The first discussion is dissecting and dispelling the mythical statement that is loosely and flagrantly, thrown around by men who have children. That statement is, she trapped me. Really, man? That's what we do? She trapped me? That's what we do, London? You carry the trigger, but she trapped you? I'll let you finish. Okay, and the second statement, because we're not just dealing with the men, we're going to get on these ladies too. Ladies, if you're speaking of I don't need a man, I can't tell you how many times I've been crucified by that statement. I personally never made that statement, but because you made it, they don't want to do anything when I ask them to, and then I have to go through this whole story. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. I was in a moment there. I do apologize for that. But yes, we're going to be dissecting and dispelling that myth of I don't need a man. Ladies, we need men. That's the reality. I know I do. I need a man. I need him. I need him, baby. I do. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first discussion. Private deck members, reelers, and IODs. IOD stands for intellects on deck. So we're going to go ahead and start this first discussion, dispelling that myth of she trapped me. And I'm directing this one at the men first before ladies step in. Yes, Miss Smith.
Because you're looking at me like,
yes, I am.
Want me, okay.
I want you to step on that one.
I never been trapped, so I can't really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I have to speak on it from a secondary or a tertiary standpoint, because, I mean, I've never really been trapped, because I've always been cognizant enough of who I'm dealing with and what I'm dealing with and where I am in a relationship to know what's going on. I've met some blatant liars. I mean, so it's just not a unisex thing. You would have it believe, women would have you believe that only dudes are really good liars. You know what I'm saying? But it's some pretty good female liars out there. I mean, I'm not looking at y'all when I say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that it's a co-ed existence, lies. So trapped in, I guess I could ask you, Black, before I delve into it. Trapped from what standpoint? Trapped in what situation? Trapped like what?
And that's my question, because I've heard men say she's trapped me. She trapped me into having this kid. And that's been my question to men, to say, well, you're carrying the kid. I'm just the incubator. How did you get trapped? I mean, short of me, using some type of medicinal method to knock you out and just do what I do, or get the what do they call, the turkey baster method, which you have every bit of 60 seconds to get it and handle your business with it, make it work, because it dies shortly thereafter. How did you get trapped? And I mean, it's a real statement that a lot of men that I've heard say, who've had kids from particularly women that they all of a sudden, I didn't want to have a kid from her. And that's a whole nother Jerry Springer. Jerry, I got you on that one.
So you're saying that this whole topic is about guys who have gotten trapped into being baby daddies.
Right, but they said they were trapped. They said she trapped me, period. And my question is, how is it that a woman can trap you outside of the things that I just mentioned? How can a woman trap you if you carry the trigger, if you carry the kid per se, and we are the incubators?
Can I interject one moment?
And nobody's put a gun to your head.
Can I interject one
yes.
moment? I've dated men who felt like they were trapped. They discussed prior to having the child that they didn't want the child, or if the woman became impregnated, they wanted the child to be aborted. The woman chose to have the child anyway. So now they're faced with, being a father, paying child support, and those things. But my whole premise with that is be careful who you lay down with unprotected, because everyone you lay down with is a potential baby mama. So with that perspective, I've dealt with nephews, people I've dated, feel like they're actually trapped. Like, now I have a child that I have to take care of because, you know, DNA tests have proven that this is biologically my child. But for me, it's the forethought to be that conscious and that responsible, not to make a baby with someone you don't want to be a baby mother or deal with, not for 18 years, but for 20 years, for the rest of your life, because that's what's going to happen.
But weren't you trapped like long before then, though? Weren't you trapped long before the baby got here? Weren't you trapped when you decided to spend time with the person and lay down with the person that if the consequences and repercussions of sex was a child, you were already there? So weren't you trapped the minute that you started spending quality time with a person that you knew that you didn't have the intention on marrying? You know what I'm saying? That's when I think of trap, I think of long before the baby gets here. And I also think about the fact that a lot of dudes say that they're trapped by women, but they trap themselves into programming, and as a result, they have to deal with the consequences of their programming. So I don't think it's so much as, and I'm not speaking for all dudes, you know, because I have seen it where women flip and get brand new.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like after the child comes, or after they get married, they're a brand new person. But the bottom line is, you were trapped the minute you decided to spend time with someone that you really didn't care about in that capacity. So I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to speak on it, but go ahead.
Well, so realistically, would you say that the woman trapped the man, or he trapped himself? If he chose to spend time with that woman and lay down with that woman and have sex with that woman unprotected, because those are the ones who are primarily saying I was trapped because they had sex unprotected. Now, if you made that choice without a gun being put to your head, where does the trap?
I don't see a trap
statement come.
I don't see a trap.
Where does that
all.
come from?
But it's still a trap, though. Every situation is not the same situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that I'm talking about where a man has to take responsibility for spending time with a person he knew he had no intentions of being a long-term with. I mean, you program yourself, you trap yourself then. But, I mean, I know that there are situations where, okay, I'll give an example. I know we all live in A. So you got your major cities. You got your Atlanta, you got your Miami, you got your New York, you got your LA, you got your Shies. Okay, any given time when you got entertainers and ball players, you already know where they are. You know what they look like. You know how they congregate. You know they come in bunches, they come in pairs. Okay, so I mean, game recognized game, but at the same point though, I don't know. I think it's a double-edged sword when guys saying they're being trapped because they know who they're dealing with, or they should have an inkling of who they're dealing with before they decide to lay it down. For me, it all comes to when you cross that threshold of intimacy and sex. You know
and I get that. But I guess I'm looking at also when you have that variable of men and women who they'll have a one-night stand. The woman ends up pregnant. She may not, you all know nothing about each other, but she may not believe in abortion. She may be strictly pro-life, but he may be pro-choice. But you made that decision when you laid down with someone that you didn't know, had no clue about, and then you say, well, she trapped me. There's no possible way that, again, she trapped you if you did not take the time to protect yourself from all possible repercussions.
Okay, so wait. Are you saying that anytime anytime a man is trapped, the onus is always on the woman for being the trapper because a man should be responsible enough to not put himself in that situation?
He still has to be responsible for himself. Everybody has to be responsible for self.
So where's the responsibility when the woman who was doing the trapping? I mean, where is that responsibility?
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody has, I'm speaking of the women and the men. Everybody has to be responsible for self. But outside of she medically inducing him or doing the turkey basting mode or putting a hole in the condom, he's responsible for self. He's responsible for trapping himself. He laid down and said, I'm going to get these cookies, and I don't want any protection. People, we keep it real here, so sometimes I try to bring it in the road, but I'm going to use nothing. I don't know this woman. Matter of fact, I do know her, but I've been wanting it for so long. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these goods because I've been waiting for a long time for these goods. And then she turns up pregnant. Well, it's not, I mean, really, she's not going to turn up pregnant by just thinking about it. She turned up pregnant because you used your
I mean, but Black
seduction member.
But in that scenario, then I understand you saying it's the man's ultimate responsibility because
it's not. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying it's both parties' responsibility.
Okay.
It's both parties. I mean, and when I say that, it's different when you have a situation where there's a court case where the couple were seeing each other, and they stated, the guy said, I don't want to have a kid, but the lady said, I'm on birth control. Well, she chose not to do the birth control any further because she fell in love with him and said, now I want a kid. So now that's trapping.
That's a trap.
That's full-fledged trapping. And so they ended up going to court. And he said he wanted to relinquish his rights to the kid because he was very adamant about not wanting a kid. So when she pulled this trap mode of not taking her birth control pills, that was full-fledged entrapment. Okay. Because he made it clear from day one. But I still put some of the responsibility on him because just because she said, I will take my birth control, if you really don't want a kid, do you trust her 100%? Or do you trust you 100%?
I mean, you trust you 100%, but at some point, at the end of the day, when you want to trust the person that you're being intimate with. But so I mean, it's a thin line between what we're calling now common sense and precaution, and having faith that the person that you're dealing with is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
and I get that. I definitely get that.
But the bottom line, though, really, even though the guy's saying that he's trapped, they're really both trapped because they trap themselves in like a vicious cycle of dysfunction.
Right.
That ultimately they're both trapped in, and the kid's gonna be trapped too.
And I agree with that because he's trapped in a situation that he allowed himself to get into.
I agree.
And I think that when women go into this baby making mode, I think that sometimes women who do it without the consent of the male partner, they go into a mental entrapment within themselves. Exactly. They go into a mental entrapment. Men go into a physical entrapment.
No, but it's emotional too.
You think so?
Oh, it no doubt, because a man, women would have, women want to think that men are not emotional. We're just taught to not display it as much as possible. But nothing hurts a man more than finding out that a woman that he trusted betrayed him, lied to him, and belittled him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, they're both trapped.
Okay, well I get that. And as far as the audience, how do you all feel about that statement? I mean, would you agree? Can I have a brief moment to go out and talk to somebody, or should I leave it right here on stage? I'm going to leave it here on stage. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, it's live here. I'm Tony Black for Real Talk, and this is just what we do. We try, we don't try. It is what it is. We'll be right back. We're right here at the beautiful Barley's at 338 Peachtree Street, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. Come on down and join us. Come get some of these drink specials.
About to go out into nothing.
Now it looks as though they are here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, people, I'm not half the man I used to be. No. There's a heavy shadow hanging over me. Oh, the day came too suddenly. Oh, why did she have to go? I don't know. I don't know, the little girl wouldn't say. And I said, something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Talking about yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away, Lord. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. I don't know, the little girl wouldn't say. Oh, I must have said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Play a song. Why she had to go, I don't know. I don't know, the little girl wouldn't say to me. But I must have said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away, Lord. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Talking, yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. I want you to interject. Man.
That's what's gonna make it live.
5, 4, 3. We are back. It's Real Talk with Tony Black right here in downtown Atlanta at Barley Sports Bar and Lounge. And I'm here on stage with my wonderful co-host. I've got Miss Maureen Wilson, attorney Maureen Wilson, and also I've got musician London Arrington, and that's Dirty Jazz for those of you who don't know. Dirty Jazz. Can I take my clothes off, Dirty Jazz?
Hey, whatever's gonna make your house a home, Dirty Jazz.
Well, we are back for the second half of the show. Again, I am Tony Black, and I am your host. It is Real Talk for real people that want to discuss real life issues. Real life issues. The second discussion for this evening is dissecting and dispelling the statement that I've heard many ladies say, and again, I've been accused of that statement, which I've never said. That statement is, I don't need a man. I have some words floating in my head right now that almost came out, but I'm going to keep them to myself right now. But yes, I do need a man. Yes, I do. I'm never going to lie about that. I do. But the other women out here that say they don't need a man, hey, if you want to live in the lonely world, have at it. Now, Maureen, what do you think about that?
The statement, I don't need a man.
Has it ever affected you?
It has affected me because when you're a professional woman and you have a strong appearance and you're a strong, mother and you do a lot, sometimes men have the misconception that you're not needed. And when you can, earn your own income, you have your own house, your own car, you take care of your own everything, sometimes we get set in a way that, if we're doing all this for ourselves, what can a man add to us? However, I can do all those things, but at the end of the day, when decisions are made, work is hard, I'm dealing with my child, at the end of the day, I do need that man's comfort, understanding, someone to talk about my day to. I need him for more than just to change the light bulb or take out the trash.
Exactly.
I can do those things. I would like a man to do those things for me, but if I've been forced to do them, I can do them. But I need a man more for emotional support and, for companionship. So I'm not one of those women who say they don't need a man.
And let's really look at the reality of that statement. The reality of that statement is that women make that statement when they're in a heated situation or in some type of debate with a man, but she's not speaking of anything other than financially, because those are the women who are saying I don't need a man because they're speaking from a financial basis.
Nah, I call BS on that.
Okay.
BS?
Because what's BS?
Yeah,
what's
call
BS?
it. Call it. Call it.
It's a kids program. It's a PG-13. I call BS on that because I run into a lot of women who were not angry, were not upset, were not emotional. They were in their right mind. They were very clear and concise and direct about not needing a man in their life because they had some programming that they were now doing everything themselves. And what did they need a man for? Because, quote unquote, all of the men that they were dealing with weren't bringing anything to the table. So y'all saying that y'all haven't encountered any females like that?
Well, I've encountered females like that. I'm just not one of them.
I'm just not one of them.
Yeah, because you know what? No matter how many accomplishments I have, degrees, educations, I would probably trade all that in right now to be a housewife. I really would. Because to me, sometimes it's overrated to be that strong. And some people will see a strong professional woman and say, oh my gosh, she doesn't need a man, she doesn't need anything. But at the end of the day, yes, we do.
But where do you think it came from then?
The idea of not needing a man?
Yeah, I think it comes from having to be independent and having to raise your own
That's
child.
where the idea
and having
came
to have
from.
your own income. So instead of not doing it, you learn how to be independent. You do it yourself.
We've had to actually be the supporter. We've had to not only be the nurturer now, but we've had to be the provider and the supporter, the whole support system for the family, particularly in the black community. And statistics have shown that women are more or less the providers now, even though the law just passed that men and women are not going to still make the same amount salary-wise for the same position. We still end up being the provider, but that's only when I've seen women deal with some really trifling men. Personally, I've never had to deal with that situation, so when I say we, I'm speaking more on a general sense. But I've seen a lot of women, but then, let me backtrack a little bit. You have those women who don't mind taking care of a man. I don't roll with the low self-esteem crew, because to me that's a low self-esteem bunch of ladies.
And they make it hard for everybody else.
And they make it hard for really strong women like ourselves. Exactly. They really make it hard for us.
So, I guess I'm trying to understand, based on what you're saying, I know plenty of women who, and I don't mind. I mean, I love a strong woman. I was raised by women. I get it the whole nine. But if both of you all are saying that you need men in your lives, then why is it such a prevalent idea in society that?
Well, let me just say this too. I think there should be a distinction between need and want a man.
Okay.
Okay, to need a man means that you may not be self-sufficient, or you may not be able to do what you need to do as a woman, as a mother, as a professional. But to want a man is saying, realistically, if I had it that way, I would prefer to have a man with me, going through this with me. So I think that's the distinction. Yeah.
And I'll agree with that. I definitely will agree with that, because you have, again, too many women saying, I don't need a man. And every time I hear a woman say that, I tell them off top, I need you to not say that. I need you to zip that.
Right.
Because you're affecting my life in a negative way. I'm a single woman. I need you to shut your trap on that one. Because you do need a man. You want a man, and you need that man to facilitate your physical needs. Because the reality is, well, let's see, Roy, this is live, right? How about this? The bullet doesn't get it all the time. I can tell you that from fact.
So you're not talking about from every dimension of life and every dimension of relationship. Primarily, a lot of times when women think of needing a man in their life, they just want a substitute for the bullet that she just pointed to. So okay, you say you need and want a man. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
What do you want him for? Because a lot of times when women say that, let me just say that. I'm gonna be quiet.
Okay. No.
A lot of times when women say they want a man in their life, they really don't want all that the man brings to the table. They want a gardener. They want a maintenance man. They want someone to sex them on a regular basis. They want all the things that men are supposed to do in a role of a man, but that's not the totality of what a man is in a relationship. So
that's true.
But I want to feel like when I was growing up, I want to see what my father did. My father was the provider. Mm-hmm. My mother didn't have to do anything other than whatever she wanted to do, even though she still worked every day. Go Delta Airlines, yeah. Even though she still worked every day, she did not have to do that. And I want to feel that way. I want to feel like I have options in my home. I want to be able to just cook dinner for my man.
Right.
How about that? I want to be able to just, when he gets home, I want to rub his back. I want to wind him down from his day. I don't want to have to work if I don't want to personally, because I've worked long enough. I'm at an age right now where I really just want to wind down, and I really just want to cater to my family. But I got to get a family. Exactly. So I need a man. I want to be able to cater to my king. I love men. I love y'all. Don't you love me? I mean, what do you think about that? Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you like to come home, you got your dinner cooked, you have your back work rubbed every night, you got your favorite drink or cocktail or water, okay, on the side.
I would.
Soon as you walk in.
I would.
I mean, you might even get some specialty acts when you walk in the door.
Hey,
you never know.
Can I get it on a Tuesday when it's my birthday? You're right.
That leisure and that luxury. I want to feel safe and secure. Like, for example, there's a good friend in the audience. I won't call his name right now because I don't know what his situation is. So, but I've got a good friend in the audience, and when I tell you, I know for a fact that his wife does not stress about life. That's a good man out there. Good provider. And I know she doesn't stress. I know she probably works just because she wants to.
Right.
You know? But I want to feel that way. I want to feel protected. I want to feel safe. I don't want to have to worry about if I'm going to have a roof over my head. I want to know my man got me.
I mean, Black, I feel you on all of that. You know what I'm saying? But
so I need a man.
I understand that. But what do you say about, and I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'll give you a little bit of history so you can, well, not too much, but there are a lot of women. There are a lot of women who have everything that you say that you want. They have it, and they have it to the nth degree. But for whatever reason, because they have everything that they've always wanted in that good man, they're bored. Now, I mean, I've changed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was a different dude 15, 20 years ago. And I make no bones about the fact on the deck or anywhere telling you that I used to be a womanizer. But that same guy that you're talking about who provides that woman with all of that comfort and all that security and everything she always wanted, back in the day, that female was at my place.
Getting it in.
I mean,
getting it in.
So it's almost for a good man. It's almost as if you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Well, but the thing is, when you're dealing with that type of situation, and we're going a little bit left field, but that's okay. No, but that's okay though. That's okay though.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with that, because what men and women don't understand is when you get married, you better learn some new tricks to keep he and she interested. Period. I already know that the bottom line is when I get married, I already know I'm going to have to go to the pole dancing class. I get it. Okay? I get it. Because I need to make sure that my man is interested all the time. We need a safe room, and the safe room is not the room for security.
Right.
The safe room is the room where we get it in.
Right. Be who you want to be.
Where we can be who we get on some swings, monkey flips, all that. We can do that, okay? I'm just saying, So I get that clearly, right. But he was not keeping it interesting. So at the end of the day, ladies, would you not agree that you need a man? Yeah, exactly. I need a man.
I like this crowd.
I need a man. You like that?
I like it. I mean,
yeah. It does. It does. So at the end of the day, ladies, please stop saying that you don't need a man. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You need a man. And just like Little Kim says, just because you have money, sometimes you don't want to spend yours.
Exactly.
You spend his.
Exactly.
Okay, it's okay. And y'all can spend hours too. That's what I'm just saying. I just thought I'd throw that in.
Okay, you need to throw that in before we go to
I
break.
just thought I'd throw that in there. You can spend hours too. That's okay. But again, we're here downtown in Atlanta, live at Barley's. I want to give some quick shout outs to my army man out in I think he's out in Afghanistan or somewhere, Dubai, somewhere out there, but he's a realer, Raphael Marchetti. Also, I want to give a shout out to the I Am the Original Nisi. These are people that are on the private deck, and they're checking out the private deck right now because our chat manager is all on top of that. And also, Hollywood, I see you, Rattler. I see you, girl. Thank you for checking in right here on the deck. We're going to go to another quick break, and the music that you're checking out tonight, coming in and out of break, is Mr. London Arrington, Dirty Jazz. Make sure that you check him out online. Do you have a website they can go to?
All major outlets.
What? Are we out? Oh, it's live, y'all. We're not out yet. Real Talk with Tony Black. We'll be right back.
Dear God, thank you for sending this love. We know it came from above. And Lord, we exalt you before we say I do. And oh, Jesus, we promise that every day we will kneel down to pray. 'Cause Lord, we understand it's your unchanging hand that created love, these rings, this joy, this dream, oh Lord, it's you, Lord, it's you who made this day come true.
Dear God, I thank you for preparing me to be the man that I am today, for I am ready, willing, and able to cover my wife as you cover me. God, I thank you for my wife, because she is truly a blessing, and I know that she is a gift to me from you. I love and will always love her with my mind, my body, my heart, and my soul. And I stand before you, God, today with an humble heart, while asking you to bless our union so that we may go through life's challenges and joys as one. My heart is full of joy and gratitude today, Father. Thank you for making my dream a reality today.
You create
Sincerely yours.
love, these rings, this joy, Lord, this dream, it's you, Lord, it's you who made this day come true. It's you who
Boom, 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 boom. Yo, Mike West. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, Dave, dump that bass. Boom, 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 boom. Like what? Boom, 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 boom.
I'm telling you right now that this is it. Ain't meaning to sound like I'm the shiznit. If you don't act right, then I'm gon' split. And once I'm gone, I'm finished with it. Straight from the alpha, here's how I feel. To the omega, I'm keeping it real. I'm telling you right now that here's the deal. I love your mind more than your sex appeal, yo. Cause that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, ma. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, shorty. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, yo. You ain't with it? Get it. Now that's how I roll, ma. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, shorty. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll. You ain't with it? Forget it. I'm ready to plant seeds and make you my wife. I'm ready to show you the finer things in life. But if you keep dripping and acting trife, then go on, ma. Shit, it's alright. Cause all of them dogs be only chasing that cat. And sugar ain't nothing wrong with that. I tell you right now as a matter of fact, and that ain't where my mind is. Cause that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, ma. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, shorty. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, yo. You ain't with it? Forget it. Now that's how I roll, ma. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, girl. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, yo. You ain't with it? Forget it. Yo, come on.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Tony Black. I am your host, and this is where we have real discussion with real people discussing real subject matters and topics that everybody deals with on an everyday basis or sometime in their life. You have particular subject matters that you just don't want to talk to a counselor about. You would just rather go to one of your peers or one of your contemporaries. That's what us rattlers say. You know, we get educated, so we start using different words. So at the end of the day, this is where it goes down, right here at Barley's, 338 Peachtree Street Northeast. That's Atlanta, Georgia. So for those of you who are in the Atlanta area, be sure to check us out next week. But I'll tell you about that in just a minute. I mean, not next week. Oh, God, I'm having fun with this thing, huh? Are we coming back next week, Roy? Or we coming back next week, y'all. I just got the nod. I got the nod. When you get that nod, that's next week. So, but anyway, we're going to keep this thing moving. We've had great discussion. Just to recap the discussions, we were dissecting and dispelling the myth of, from a man's point of view, she trapped me. Men, you don't get trapped outside of getting clocked over the head, she doing something to the prophylactic, or she giving you some type of medicine or dope to knock you out. Outside of that, you make a conscious decision. And if you don't protect yourself, yeah, you will have a baby. I mean, the reality is, you are the trigger. Sperm, when you see that sperm with the tail, picture a $sign right on his head. Equivalent to a baby and the word child support circled around that baby. Do you see that? Yeah, that's real. That's just how real we get. And the second discussion is dispelling and dissecting the statement that women say, I don't need a man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I need one. Come on up. I need a man. Ladies, we all need men. That's the reality. That's how we procreate. Don't get caught up in this what is it called? The placebo version of making a baby, the test tube baby. Don't get caught up in that. That is some BS. That's what you call it, BS, right?
I call it Beyonce syndrome. That's what BS stands for.
Ooh, it's real up here, child. Yes, I know where you going with that statement too, but I ain't gonna go there right now. I know where you going with that statement.
I'm just saying she started the whole move. You know, well, never mind.
Yeah, you're right. That's how we do. We keep it real. But I'm feeling you on that Beyonce thing. I am.
Look, I want
but right. You know, Jay-Z, it's all good. We good.
Jay.
We good. That's our boy, right?
My bad, Jay.
There it is. So, and I would like to thank my co-host today, attorney Maureen Wilson, and also musician London Arrington. Two rattlers, fabulous rattlers, doing big things. And before we go and wrap this thing up, tell them where they can reach you, Maureen.
You can reach me at legalsalutations@gmail.com or legalsalutations.com. Maureen Wilson. Right now, I'm into grant writing, so now's the time while we have our fabulous president in office. If you want to start a business, you need some grant funding, make sure that you call me. Thank you.
Do you have a number they can reach you?
You can just email me. Don't call me, email me.
Give them that email address again.
legalsalutations@gmail.com.
Mr. London Arrington.
You can get the adult and the kids music, all digital retailers. I'll just go ahead and plug iTunes, AOL, Amazon. And as far as gigs or shows or speaking engagements are concerned, you can go to my name, LondonArrington@gmail.com. And that's it. That's how you can reach me.
And if you want to catch the show back again or the archives of On Demand, just go to myjbn.com/Tony Black. That's all in lowercase. www.myjbn, J as in Jag, B as in boy, N as in Nancy.com/Tony Black. It's been a pleasure being down here with you at Barley's in downtown Atlanta. We've had a great time, and I look forward to the next show next week. And then we have another fabulous show coming up on the 30th as well. And that show, check it out, sponsored by Ciroc. So I know plenty of the alcoholics going to be in the building. I need you in the building, toe up from the flow up. That's the only way we get real good discussions. You know, that's when your mama and them always come out then, right? When you agree with that, mama and them come out, right? Yeah, right. That's what they do. So I'm Tony Black, your host, right here for Real Talk with Tony Black. I thank you, Roy. Am I still in, or am I out? What am I doing here? What are we doing? Well, this is Real Talk with Tony Black. I thank you for joining us this evening. We will have more vibrant discussions. And remember, if you're not a member of Real Talk with Tony Black, the private deck, you're missing out. Be sure to hit me up on Facebook at facebook.com/Tony Black. And you can also reach me on Twitter. That's Real Talk WTB.twitter.com. Go ahead and check us out. Thank you again for joining us. It's been Real Talk with Tony Black. Real people, real discussion, real life. We keep it 100 right here, and we keep it real. Would you say that?
I agree.
We out.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Yo, you ain't with it? Get it. Now that's how I roll, mom. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, shorty. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll. You ain't with it? Forget it. I'm ready to plant seeds and make you my wife. I'm ready to show you the finer things in life. But if you keep dripping and acting trife, then go on, ma. It's alright. Cause all of them dogs be only chasing that cat. And sugar ain't nothing wrong with that. I tell you right now as a matter of fact, and that ain't where my mind is. Cause that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, mom. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, shorty. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, yo. You ain't with it? Forget it. Now that's how I roll, mom. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, love. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, girl. Now that's how I roll. Now that's how I roll, yo. You ain't with it? Forget it. Yo, come on.